I got a question for you two.
Yeah.
What's the dynamic here?
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Who are you?
Oh, well, I mean,
So this is Vivica.
I'm a constant interviewer. I can't help myself. I have questions.
no, I mean, ask questions. That's what we're here for.
Who are you two? What put both your butts on that couch?
So for me personally, what put me on this couch is I have always kind of used my social media platform as a way of advocating for the voiceless and re-educating people on the revisionist history that we don't really know, that we didn't really learn in schools, and basically the stuff that I wish I had learned in school. I try to use my platform to educate people about that. And when John and I were talking about starting a podcast, for me, I was like, oh, this is perfect because I get to use this platform as a means of kind of once and for all saying my piece on a particular topic and being able to either talk to experts about it or do research, deep dives into things about that I'm passionate about, that I want to like bring other people around on. And I think that this has been a really great way for me to not only educate myself further, but to help other people see things from a perspective that they might not normally get the chance to. I see myself as people's surrogate radical friend. I'm like sexually liberated and like very open about my sexuality, about my relationship style, about being queer, about every part of my life. And on top of that, I grew up kind of basically raised as a white supremacist and had to unlearn a whole lot of internalized racism. So it makes me want to help others come along on that journey of unlearning that systemic internalized racism and show that like it's not a moral judgment to say, oh shit, you've internalized some racist biases. Here's how to fix that. That it's really just unlearning the shit you were taught in school.
Whitewash.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm basically someone who's just been super inspired by the best of humanity throughout most of my life, and always wanted to find ways to kind of uplift the best of humanity and inspire other people to see the best of humanity, because it's very easy in today's age to get stuck looking at only the negative. And it can often feel like things are terrible. They're worse now than they've ever been. The world is falling apart. We're just living in the last ages of Rome and everything is kind of crumbling around us. If you only look at the media. But if you actually look at the people who are doing incredible things, it's so hard not to be inspired. And I spent so much of my time listening to podcasts and getting inspired by other people and reading, and, people like Elon Musk and even Jeff Bezos, what he's done with Amazon inspires me. Even, obviously there's the whole, business practices of it that you don't really want to support. But when you look at the long term of what people are building, whether it's with space flight, whether it's with technology, artificial intelligence, I'm so inspired by what's happening with artificial intelligence and what the potential is for humanity to be the light of consciousness that goes out into the universe and spreads out to the stars in a positive way. How do we uplift those voices, and how do we tell those stories in a way that gets more people inspired to do it? And so when UBI came along and Andrew Yang came along, it would just fit in so perfectly with everything else that I was thinking about how to enable people and how to create a better society where more people are enabled. And yeah, I mean, when the pandemic hit, I had been working on starting a podcast for about a year before that, and was just so overwhelmed with work here in New York. It's challenging to make it here in New York as a creative, so you're always hustling. So it's always like you always have ideas, but you never have enough time to really do them all. And man, when pandemic hit, I lost 90% of my work. And, we were sitting here just not knowing what to do. And we were just chatting about stuff and realizing that we're having all kind of the same conversations. We come at it from very different perspectives, but we're having these conversations, in our spare time. We were like, let's just jumpstart into this, man. Let's just do it. Let's just, it's one of those things you just have to go all in on it. And the pandemic has just been such a blessing for us to be able to have that time to be able to do it. And, we started in August, and what is it, 6 months now. And it's amazing to see how we've gone from being just, a couple of kids with some ideas that we wanted to talk about to being being able to get access to talking to other really incredible people that are inspiring us and to share their voices with our audience and uplift those voices. So, yeah, I mean, it's so exciting to see that now we have a platform to be able to really, continue to build on this and continue to have a positive impact on our local community and also hopefully the larger world as we go forward with this project and as the world starts to come back, because there's so much to be excited about, and it is easy to get caught up in the negativity. But if you really look at the potential that we have, that human beings have, man, that potential is endless, but it requires people doing good things, and it requires uplifting those people that are doing good things and inspiring more people to do good things. So that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Well, then I don't want to feel like I'm hijacking your guys's.
Please, let's do this.
Hijack away.
So I'm big on symbology, and I can't help but notice the shelving behind you.
Yes.
Is this space a shared space?
No.
Do you guys live together in this 350 square foot apartment?
No, I have my own much bigger apartment that is not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I just noticed that the bookshelves seem like they represent you individually.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Because I
that
see
was the goal.
Cube, the skull. I see some different books, but specifically, there's some that are facing us that are the louder things.
Yes.
Ancient Black Girl, Japanese Bondage.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it.
I think is that a rose and a vase behind you?
Yep.
Over the right shoulder.
Yep.
What is that right there? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little Venus bodice with a rose in it.
Yeah. So like I noticed all these little things. I'm like, okay, this is clearly on purpose.
Oh, very much so.
You missed this one. Can you read that?
No, what's that say?
So this is.
Can I read it?
Absolutely
I'll let you.
Fucking not. This is not your trophy, and therefore you do not get to explain it. Hell no. God damn. So it says Sensual Playhouse Young Sluts Orgy Contest. I won an orgy at Burning Man a few years back, and it was really entertaining because I didn't know that you could win an orgy. It happened to be a competitive orgy because Burning Man. That's not, orgies aren't normally competitive, but this one was. Okay, so I had been hanging out with my playa boyfriend for like 3 days prior, and we'd been hanging out, having a ton of sex, and like going on all these fun adventures. And I'm sitting in his camp, and he was best friends with one of my friends from New York who I played dodgeball with. And so I'm sitting there, they're just chatting, and they have the most lovely like New Zealand accent. So they're just really fun to listen to. And I'm like, okay, I want to do something. Do I want to keep hanging out with Asher, or do I want to like go off on my own? I'm looking through the event book, and I come across this like Young Sluts Orgy Contest. And I was like, you know what? That sounds really fun. I've never done something like that before, and it's Burning Man. So why the fuck not? Fuck yeah, let's do it, right?
Oh, boy.
And as I'm like making the decision to go in my head, this cute little blonde girl goes, does anyone want to go to the orgy contest with me? And I look at her and I was like, you, come over here. We're best friends now. And she thought that I was fucking with her. She thought I was kidding. And then we ended up going to the orgy together. And all three of us went. My playa boyfriend came with us, and she and I ended up winning the 2 trophies. She won for most orgasms received, and I won for most orgasms given. So I would say I got arguably the better trophy.
Take a bow. You know? Take a bow. If anybody's keeping score, I'm winning.
Thank you.
So this podcast has been so fun because we have such different life experience, and like I said, we come at it from such different perspectives, and it's been fun to build this bookcase. It's a rather new addition to this. We started out with a blank white wall, and right away it became clear as we started adding things to the bookcase, both of us, that we had very different things we wanted to represent, and so we decided why not create different sides to it and show off something a little bit more about each of us individually. So it's been fun to have something to showcase as a result of that. You're the first person though who's noticed it, so that's really cool. We appreciate that.
Thanks for checking out this clip from our show.
To watch more clips or full episodes, click on our profile below.
If you want to stay up to date on all of our new episodes and videos, click subscribe.
And if you have any ideas for future guests or topics that you would like to see us cover on the show,
leave us a message in the comments or connect with us on any of our social media channels at Funtime Program.
Or on our website at funtimeprogram.com.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.